that? No, he insisted he knew better.
Don't say you didn't know that. Where did you pick that up then?
Pay me my wages.
I pay for mercenaries, not dragon hunters.
Of course we got him in the end.
That was obvious all along.
But he knew that all along here.
I never would have thought of that differently.
Pay me my wages.
I pay for mercenaries, not dragon hunters.
Yeah, he really said that.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
I never knew that.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
It's a bad business.
What weapons do you have to offer?
A thing or two.
Only the best. Just take a look at them.
He listened to the wrong people.
He ran like Beliar himself was after him.
He listened to the wrong people.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
Yeah, he really said that.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, he really said that.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Will it ever change?
Of course we got him in the end.
It's a bad...
Everything all right with you?
You saved my ass, man. I'll never forget
Say I
that.
didn't know that.
What do you want to do now?
I think I'll load up on grub
Agree with him
first.
completely.
And then?
Who knows? Maybe I'll go back to the mining colony. Someone should keep an eye on the orcs.
He really said that.
Otherwise, they'll all show up on the doorstep without warning.
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
That was obvious all along.
Ah, it's good that you've come.
What's up?
I found this in the old chapel.
See that?
It's a magic rune. I think it will teleport you straight back here to the farm. I thought you might be able to use it.
Do you really believe that?
I've come from the Valley of Mines. The castle there was attacked by dragons.
Yeah,
So it's
he
true.
really said that.
Lars said that rumors about dragons are circulating through the city. I didn't believe it. What about the paladins?
They've been thoroughly decimated.
Good. Maybe that will make Lord Hagen move to the Valley of Mines with his men. The fewer paladins stay
All that
here,
matters
the
is
better.
strength. So don't tell me that.
That was quite obvious.
Do you have better armor for me?
I sure
You
do.
hardly know who to believe these days.
He really didn't deserve that.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
I've heard a thing or two.
That's not what I heard.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Don't you have anything else for me to do?
You can't get enough, You're in plenty of trouble as it is. What else do
I
you
don't
want
believe
then?
This is gonna
Another
change.
assignment. I'm a mercenary, remember?
All
No,
right,
I
I've
don't
got
anything for
something.
me.
It's just the thing for you. I have a
That was
debt to
quite
settle with the
obvious.
judge in town. I'd actually prefer to do it myself.
I'm better off
But the
myself.
paladins wouldn't let me within a stone's throw of his house.
I'm in
The
enough
thing
trouble
has to
as
be
it is.
handled with a bit of consideration, so pay attention.
better off myself.
You'll go to the judge and offer him your services. You'll
course
try
we
to
got him
win
in the
his
end.
trust and carry out some dirty work for him until you find
That's all
something
just
to
gossip.
incriminate him. The swine has
hardly
done
know
so
what to
many
believe
dirty
anymore.
jobs that it stinks to high heaven. Bring me something I can use to blacken his name with the militia so that he spends the
believe
rest of his life molding in the slammer. But I don't want you to kill him.
He really said
That would be too quick. I want him to suffer,
Can't go on
understand?
like this forever.
Do you think you can do that?
He listened to the wrong people.
It was just like
No
you said.
problem. How much?
Your reward depends on what you bring me,
That's
so make
really
an
not my
effort.
problem.
I've got my own opinion about that.
Yeah, he really said that.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
I'd have gone about it differently.
Same old thing all over again.
That's... nobody will learn anything from me.
But that's terrible.
How's the situation?
It's pathetic. Now they're stirring us up against each other. If you hadn't managed to find the real culprit for the murder, the orcs wouldn't have had to lift a finger.
He really didn't deserve it.
There you are again.
I've got a few skins for you.
A warg skin? Those beasts are tough. Good work. Come see me again when you have more.
That's all just gossip.
So why won't they listen to me?
I never knew that.
Only in us decides what's right or wrong.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
The path of virtue is long and rough.
How's it going?
You'd better scram, you filthy mercenary, before I call the guards.
Relax. I'm not here to steal from you. I'm looking for work.
Ah, so you want to work for me? That is, of course, a different matter. There is, alas, one minor problem. I don't know whether I can trust you. You'll have to prove your loyalty first.
Put me to the test.
All right. Listen. Bring me the sacred hammer of the Magicians of Fire. They keep it somewhere in the basement of their monastery. If you pull that off, I might think about hiring you as a bodyguard.
All right.
Fine. But remember, if they catch you, I've never heard of you.
I used to say that myself.
Hey! Bless me.
I bless you in the name of Innos. May the Lord's fire burn in your heart and give you the strength to act according to his justice.
Show me your wares.
May Innos watch over you always.
Hey, you. Hey, you. Ever been to the monastery?
Maybe. Why?
Are they still taking on people? I wouldn't know where else to turn.
Where do you come from?
I used to be captain of a big whaler, my boy. The sea is my home. My ship, the good old Magdalena, was sunk by pirates a few months ago, and now I'm stranded here. All I ever wanted was to go back to sea. But since I've come here, not one schooner is called at this accursed port. The only ship which is anchored in Corinthus is that blasted war galley of the king, and they don't take on anyone. So what else can I do? There's no work for me in town. I've tried everything.
You'd better get off the road.
Don't worry. I've already noticed that the wilderness out here has become damn dangerous in the last couple of days.
I can see that the rumors are true.
What rumors?
That you've joined up with those dragon hunters. Well, you never were a man of the church. Nevertheless, you're fighting for our cause, and that's what counts.
Is that all?
I'm glad, of course. And the way you look, every orc is bound to be afraid of you.
This is not only about the orcs.
I know, but nonetheless, they're a problem. You are important. You defeated the Sleeper. We may all need your help someday.
Oh well. I need to get into the monastery. It's urgent.
I can't let you into the monastery. I'll get in trouble with the High Council. Without the permission of my superiors, I can't let anyone into the monastery.
It's important.
It won't work. Pyrocar would rip my head off.
I need to get into the monastery. It's urgent.
I can't let you into the monastery. I'll get in trouble with the High Council. Without the permission of my superiors, I can't let anyone into the monastery.
I've got a letter from Lord Hagen.
Show me. All right, here's the key to the monastery. Pyrocar is in the church.
How did you get to the monastery so fast?
What kind of a question is that? I crept through the pass and made my way straight to the monastery. Admittedly, it was never easy avoiding all the monsters making themselves at home on this side of the valley, but ultimately I encountered fewer problems than I expected.
Do you know where the others are?
Gorn seems to have coped with his stay in Garan's dungeon very well. In any case, he wanted to go to Lee and see what was happening on the farm. After the grub they serve in the dungeon, he's probably stuffing his face right now and putting the mercenaries' provisions to a real test. Diego mumbled something about a reckoning. No idea what he meant by that. But I suspect he's in the city. You know him. Always there when there's something to be had.
Do you know anything about the hooded figures?
No, but I have a bad feeling about those guys. Be careful if you run into them.
Things I could tell you.
Could have told you that before.
No idea. You
I
tell
do
me.
not know why you were allowed to enter the monastery. I am
always
Pardon,
act in the
and
name
I
of
am
Innos.
responsible for our novices. I do not want you to keep
No
them from
idea,
their
you
work
tell me.
with stupid questions. Is that clear?
You don't have to ask me that.
Sure.
I certainly hope so.
Where can I find
Who you tell that to?
the cellars?
The entrance to the cellars lies halfway along the
No one
colonnade
was violating
on the
the
right.
order.
The chapel.
The chapel is the room halfway along the left colonnade. That's where the
totally
paladins pray to Innos.
The library.
The library is at the end of the colonnade to the left,
Could've told you that
directly across
before.
from the church.
The church.
Lord Almighty! Has Innos stricken you
Can't go on
blind?
like this forever.
Where is the church? Oh my, where could it possibly be?
So it says in the scriptures.
I couldn't get away with that.
What can I do for you?
Have you got anything interesting for me?
No.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Welcome, my son. Where do you come from?
Like that.
That's nothing new.
I've come from the farms.
Then I bid you welcome in the name of hospitality. I hope that you will appreciate it. Do not abuse your place as a guest, or you will have big problems.
His decision, wasn't
What's your job here?
Like this
I
forever.
prepare the paladins for their fight against evil.
it? It's no secret.
What is evil?
Nobody ever asked.
Evil is everywhere. It is the power of Beliar, the eternal adversary of Innos. It is the all-encompassing blackness which seems to blot out the light of Innos forever. Beliar is the lord of darkness, of hate, and of destruction. Only those among us in whose hearts burns the holy fire of Innos will bear the radiant light of Innos into the world and banish the darkness.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
But there are only magicians and novices living in the monastery.
That is correct, in contrast to our community which honors the word of Innos. The paladins honor the great deeds of our Lord above all else. We are the representatives of Innos, but the paladins are his warriors, who go into battle in his name and increase his glory.
You better watch out who you tell that to.
Is there anything you can teach me?
I am an expert in the magic of ice and the magic of thunder. I can teach you their power. However, I only instruct magicians.
I never would have.
Any news?
The enemy has apparently already entered the city.
What do you mean?
One of the paladins, Lothar, was murdered in the street. In broad daylight, it has gone too far, but I fear that is only the beginning.
Kinds of rumors.
I used to say
Bennett
that
is
myself.
innocent. The witness lied.
How do you know that?
I'm sorry.
I have found proof.
Sometimes I think that treason and greed are our greatest enemies.
You don't have to ask me that.
What's going to happen now?
A murder, moreover, of a paladin is without doubt one of the worst crimes there is.
That's just what I said.
The murderer will undoubtedly be sentenced to death.
That was no big deal.
Nobody ever asks me.
Same old thing. all over.
What do you want here? Just see, that wasn't so
That's
hard.
nothing new.
I could tell you.
Hey,
Could have told you that before.
how are the sheep?
I used to
How
say
do
that
you
myself.
think they are? They stand around and munch grass.
know what I
I'd
mean.
rather know what's happening outside. The magicians seem to be very nervous.
You don't have to ask me that.
Strangers in black robes roam the countryside.
What do you mean? What sort of
Could have told
strangers?
you that before.
Nobody knows where they've come from. They wear long black robes and they cover their faces. They seem to be some kind of magician. At least they're capable of magic.
That sounds very disturbing, but I'm sure that the High Council will solve this problem.
You don't have to ask me that.
There are dragons in the Valley of Mines. They are besieging the royal troops together with the army of orcs.
There's
Dragons?
all kinds of rumors.
I always thought they only existed in horror stories.
They're there, believe me.
But the King's Paladins will deal with them, won't they?
We'll see.
I've got no time for things like that.
You should have known better.
wants to know?
Anything's possible.
What are you planting here?
We're trying to grow healing plants that Master Neoras can use to brew potions.
Anything's possible.
So, how's it going?
You are only a guest here in the monastery of Inos, and therefore you should act accordingly and not disturb me while I am working. Good day.
Believe me.
You don't have to ask me that.
Hey,
I couldn't care less.
how's it going?
I thank Inos that I can be here in the monastery. It had to happen sooner or later.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
What are you doing here?
I must not speak with you. It's not looked on with favor if we talk to strangers. You don't have to ask me that.
That doesn't sound terribly happy.
Well, I mean, everything is just fine, really. Only, I don't want to complain.
Oh, come on, you can tell me.
And you really won't tell the magicians?
Do I look like I would?
All right. I have a problem with one of the novices. He's got a hold over me.
Come on, spit it out then.
Igaraz, that's the novice, found some of my private papers. He threatened to give them to the magicians if I don't do what he says. Nobody ever asks me.
What kind of documents are those?
That's, nobody's business. It's entirely my affair.
Come on, tell me.
They are, entirely normal documents. Nothing special.
I won't ask any further.
No one must violate the divine order.
What are you supposed to do for him?
I don't want to talk about it. In any case, it isn't pleasing to Inos. I don't want to think what would happen if it came out.
Maybe I can help you.
You would do that?
Well, that depends, of course.
Naturally, I'd pay you for that.
How much?
Of course, I don't have much money, but I could give you a spell scroll. I have a healing spell. You don't have to ask me that.
I'll see what I can do.
Honestly, it just has to work. It has to. So, you only need to find out where Igaraz keeps the stuff. Then you swipe it from him, and everything will be just fine.
Relax. You just continue for now. I'll see to the rest.
It's no secret.
Are you satisfied with your task?
It's all right, but I need to get back to work. Otherwise, I'll never get finished today. I don't want to work half the night again in order to finish my obligation and stay out of trouble.
We really should have known better.
That'll only cause more trouble.
I couldn't get away with that.
We need to talk about Babo.
Yes? What's wrong?
You've got something which belongs to Babo.
What might that be?
A few papers. Babo would like them back.
He would, wouldn't he? I can imagine. Unfortunately, I prefer to keep them, which brings us to a bit of a dilemma.
What was Babo supposed to do for you?
If I had known the baby would do it in his pants over a few swamp weeds, then I would have seen to it that someone else took care of the monastery garden.
He's supposed to grow swamp weed?
Of course. Since none of that stuff comes out from behind the barrier anymore, the price in the city has tripled. It could have been a good bargain for everyone involved. But Babo didn't want to play along.
How much do you want for the papers?
Actually, they're almost priceless. You very rarely see something like that here. But I have no desire to wager my future against a few gold pieces. 300 gold pieces, and you can do what you like with the papers.
I want to buy those papers.
Look, I can't leave here right now. I'll give you the key to my chest. There's nothing else in there anyway.
Where have you got the papers?
Well, of course I don't have them on me. I'm afraid I can't help you further.
Where are they?
I have them safely locked up, and you will never get the key from me.
haven't I heard about this before? What do you want here? Go! Smart kid! Who told you that?
Hey, what? What's wrong? Why are you bothering me? Can't you see I'm in the middle of an extremely complicated experiment?
I didn't mean to disturb you.
You already have. Well, what do you want?
Can I learn from you?
I pass on my knowledge only to members of our church.
Could you brew me a potion?
Do you doubt my abilities? I can brew any potion.
Fine.
Not so fast. Naturally, you must bring me the ingredients and pay a small fee for expenses, as well as for the materials.
How much do you ask?
For the brewing itself, I charge 10 gold pieces.
You should have known better.
I used to say that myself.
You are not permitted to go further. Turn back.
What room is this?
This is where they keep the holy relics of the monastery.
What relics?
Here rests the Hammer of Innos, along with the Shield of Fire. These are the most important relics of Church of Innos, outside the capital of the realm.
Tell me about the shield.
The Shield of Fire was borne by Dominic in the battle on the Southern Isles. But the power of the shield is never to be wielded again. Therefore, we have nailed it to the wall.
Tell me about the hammer.
This is the sacred hammer of Innos. With this hammer, Saint Robar slew the stone sentinel. The Holy Scriptures say that the stone sentinel was invulnerable. He stood in battle like a tower, and the weapons of his enemies were smashed on his skin of stone. With the name of Innos on his lips, Robar hurled himself at the monster and crushed it with one mighty blow of his hammer.
To know.
Can I be of assistance to you?
What's your task here?
My tasks are many and varied. Not only am I the steward, but I am also the treasurer. Moreover, I supervise the wine cellar, and I'm in control of the monastery's food supplies. So, if there's anything you need, you can always come to me and get it. For a modest contribution, that is.
I need a few things.
Been there, done that.
So it says in the scriptures.
Nobody wants to know.
What do you want here? Go! Take your paws off that. So what was your business in there, huh?
No one must violate the divine
Get out of
order.
my sight, you dirty thief. Father
really should have
Parlam will
known better.
not be happy to hear of this sacrilege.
I always act in the name of Innos.
Tell me that isn't true.
You should have known better.
I couldn't care less.
That's just what I said.
I've got no time for things like that.
I never would have thought.
Nobody wants to know.
Who told you that?
Only Innos decides what's right or wrong.
That's totally obvious.
Hey, you!
Could have told you that before.
Theft is a violation of the rules of the monastery. These transgressions must be punished.
Nobody ever asks
Thus
me.
is the law of Innos. You will pay an appropriate penalty to the monastery.
How much?
Haven't I heard
50
about
gold pieces.
You don't have to tell me that.
I want to pay the penalty.
I accept your donation.
That's nothing new.
Your transgressions are forgiven. May Innos give you the
No
wisdom
idea,
not
you
to
tell
make
me.
the same mistakes again.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
I couldn't care less.
As if I don't have enough problems.
I've got your documents.
Really? Oh, thanks. You've saved me. That's nothing. I don't know how to thank you.
Yeah, just calm down.
Are they really mine? Are you sure? Show me.
I couldn't care less.
Here they are.
Yes, they're complete. Did you look at them?
Does that make a difference?
No, just as long as I have them back. Whew. Now I hope I can rest easy again.
That isn't true.
I never would have thought.
That was no big deal.
I couldn't tell you that. Nobody ever asked for my opinion. Forever.
You listened to the wrong people.
I can't believe that.
should really have known better.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
And there's more, believe me.
Here's the sacred hammer of the magicians.
I'm truly impressed. You're really serious about this, aren't you? Here's your pay. Fine. If that's how it is, I have another task for you already. Some days ago, several prisoners escaped from the local jail. Those bastards have taken off to the mountains, somewhere in the direction of Zardas's new tower. The name of their leader is Morgahard. I want you to kill him. Go! Hurry before they're gone for good.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
The things I could tell you.
Justice will prevail in the end.
Nobody wants to know.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
That's no secret.
Will it ever change?
I get so worked up.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
I can't believe that.
Hey, you!
Leave me alone!
You better stay away from me if you don't want to land in jail.
Where is Morgahard, your leader?
We split up, so we wouldn't get caught so quickly. No idea where the others are.
I'm not planning on ratting on you.
If the judge sent you, then you can tell him from us that he can get stuffed.
So what's your crime?
That's none of your business.
Too bad. Then I guess I'll have to get the judge.
Okay. I suppose some of us have made off to the tavern, but you didn't hear that from me, okay?
You haven't come to take us back to jail, have you?
That's no secret.
I'm no better off myself. What do you want from me?
No idea. You tell me.
Where is Morgahard, your leader?
I don't want any trouble. You go to the landowner. He wanted to hide himself with the mercenaries, and now leave me alone. I never knew that. Forget it. I'm not going back to jail.
You haven't come to take us back to jail, have you?
It had to happen sooner or later.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
And there's more, believe me.
There's nothing you can do about it. He never would have thought of that himself. Forget it. I'm not going back to jail.
Hey! You are Morgahard.
How come you know my name?
The judge is looking for you. You fled from his jail. What'd you do? Steal his wallet?
Not his. The governor's. And on his behalf, too. Well, after we attacked the governor, he didn't want to share the booty with us. And had us arrested. We didn't want to wind up on the gallows. So we fled. We thought they'd never catch us that way. That seems to have been a mistake.
Been there, done that.
It can't go on like this forever.
What can we do against the judge?
Nothing at all. He sits up there in the upper end of town like a spider in his web. Untouchable.
I wouldn't say that. We'd only need some proof of his guilt in the matter concerning the governor.
Proof, you say? I have that. But who'd listen to a convicted criminal?
Give me your proof, and I'll see to it that no one will hunt you again.
Are you sure? All right. Here, take this letter. It bears the judge's signature. Even if it doesn't change my guilt, it should be enough to confirm that he was an accomplice in the business. That swine of a judge, I'll see him swing someday. Do you really believe that? That doesn't surprise me. Do you really believe that? I'd have gone about it differently. Nothing amazes me anymore. If he doesn't see that, I can't help him. It's a bad business.
No one really wants to hear that.
Is it really true? Is it really true? That was obvious all along.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
That was obvious all along. Would have thought of that himself. Don't tell me you didn't know that.
There, done that.
You're hardly better off myself. I never knew that.
I found something to incriminate the judge.
Really? What is it?
He hired a few thugs to mug the governor of Corinus. Shortly afterwards, he had them arrested and pocketed all the gold. I brought you the written order the judge gave those thugs as evidence.
Show me.
He ran like Beliar himself was after him.
At last! That should be enough to make him bleed. I'm impressed. I'm willing to shell out quite a bit for that. Here's your reward. And not a word about this to anyone. Got it?
I already thought as much.
agree with you completely.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Don't tell me